Hello, everyone. If you are watching this part of the video, I just wanted to give a special shout out to you because you're on the replay. So say hello, leave a comment, and I will come back and check on them later. Okay. That was just a little brief preview. Hello, everybody. My name is Melissa Faust from stampwithmelissa.com. Welcome to my live video. It is Tuesday, April 1st, April Fool's Day. I should have been way more prepared and come to you with some sort of a joke, but I didn't. I am just going to blab for a little bit here while people find this in their news feeds while it shows up on Facebook and YouTube. I see we have a few people. Hello, Lisa. Hello, Marva, Kelly, Mom. Welcome, everybody. Today we've got some fun stuff planned for you. I am freezing. This is just, I'm just going to let you know right now, if you're here for squirrel moments, I got them for you today. Oh, I forgot my glue dots. Hold on. Let's grab those out here. I am like, it's taking everything to just keep my head on. Hi, Joan. Hi, Alicia. Hi, Nancy. I can't, I don't know. I, I, I like start to say something and then it like leaves because I have like four other things that I want to say. If you've seen, I don't even know where I've mentioned this, probably on Instagram stories or something, but I have talked a little bit about, so I work a day job. I'm an accountant full time for a healthcare company in Minnesota. And hi, Margot. Hi, Barb. Um, so I we have like 20 people in our department, whatever, and two people work in one section of our department. And yeah, there's heat, Joan, but I'm in the basement and it's cold and snowing. So I'm just like, once I get cold, it's hard for me to get warmer. Anyway, so one of the people who works in this specific area is retiring on Friday, and the other one is due with her first baby on Saturday. So Melissa volunteered to help take over some of the duties. And I have to tell you, it is so draining. It is so exhausting because I'm still just learning so much. You know how it is, like when you start a new job or whatever, or start school or whatever it is, like it's just like exhausting. Hi, Cassie. So I am just like, what day is it? Where are we? When are we? What? Anyway, but I'm here. It's Tuesday. I am ready for tonight's cards. One thing I can always do well is make some pretty cards. So we are maybe saying that they were pretty was presumptuous of me, but I think I really like this week's cards. I think that they are pretty. So see, and okay, hi Cassie. Did I already say that? I don't remember. Anyway, happy April Fool's Day. A few things that I wanted to chat to you about before we get started on today's card. So first of all, I am wearing my, Disney cruise shirt because you should have heard by now, hopefully. I am co-hosting a crafting cruise. It's not a Disney cruise. It's a Royal Caribbean cruise, which is still pretty dang good. No, Cassie, I have not seen the retiring list yet. I have not had any time. I don't even think I've checked my email today, to tell you the truth. I don't know. Anyway, so cruise. The Stampin' Cruise is coming up in October of 2026. Now, I know that seems like a really far way away, but it's going to be here before we know it. Let's just be honest. And also we have a limited amount of spots for crafters to attend, even though the actual boat has like 3,000 cabins or something. We can keep filling those up, but the actual amount of crafters we can take that will fit in the room at the tables, it is huge. Kelly, I'm assuming you're talking about the Symphony of the Seas, because I have not been on the Symphony, but I looked at pictures and I was like, holy cow. It's gigantic. It is so big. Anyway, there's like a rock climbing wall and a zip line and a bunch of pools and a casino and a dining room and a buffet and Central Park, and water slides, like multiple that go span multiple floors on the boat. I mean, come on, this is going to be epic. And if you're like, oh, but I don't really want to get off the boat, then don't. There's going to be so much for you to do on that boat. Anyway, it's a tangent. Yeah. Hi, Deborah. So sorry, it's just going to take me longer to talk today, I guess. Anyway, so all that to say, tomorrow night, April 2nd at 6 p.m. Central Time, we are hosting Deborah. I don't even think I said this. Deborah Harrison, Julie Salva, and I, we are the co-hosts of the Crafting Cruise. The three of us are going to be hosting a Q&A on Zoom tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central. You can still register for it. If you need that link, go ahead and let me know. I think I might not have this right. I think Julie already shut off her link and Deborah might have as well. I'm not sure, but I did some extra tech stuff. And so I'm going to leave mine open up until we start. If you're not able to make it live, but you wish you could be there, go ahead and register anyway. You're going to get the link to the recording. That's not going to be sent out publicly. It's just going to be sent to those who expressed interest in the Q&A, because if you're expressing interest in the Q&A, you're essentially expressing interest in the cruise, right? So anyway, go ahead and register. If Julie and Deborah's are still open, you can register for their Q&A links as well. It's the same thing. But register for that. It's tomorrow at 6. And we are also going to have Cherie Thomas join us. And she is one of the travel agents through Cruise and Crop. And so Cruise and Crop is like the travel agent. They're the ones who are booking the cabins and that kind of stuff. While we're the crafty experts, we're not really like the get you the best rate on your room kind of experts. So Cherie will be there tomorrow to answer a couple of questions on like excursions and rooms and things like that. But anyway, make sure you join us for that. I didn't check today. Like I said, I have done like almost nothing today. But anyway, well, I did a lot today, just not on my phone. I think that we are already a third of the way full, more than a third of the way full on the number of crafters we can take. So just an FYI on that. So make sure you join us for that. Okay. Then I wanted to mention to you on Saturday. So usually on Saturdays on YouTube, I post my craft and chat video. They go up at 7 a.m. on Saturday mornings. This Saturday, there will not be a craft and chat video, just so you know. It is the reveal of my Going Places mystery craft box, and I mailed them all without taking a video of one. So there's no video for this week, but there will be a blog post with pictures of that mystery craft box. And then the other thing I wanted to mention is next week. So this week we're doing our traditional class to go style. Next week will not be a class to go style. If you remember back in March, we did that One Sheet Wonder class where you registered for the class. I showed some stuff on the Tuesday Night Live. We're doing that similarly next week as well. Oh, the last chance list. Oh my gosh. Christine, you might be onto something. Kelly might have been talking about the last chance list, and I thought she was talking about the boat. Well, both. Well, I haven't seen the last chance list yet. I haven't looked at it yet. But both could be huge. So anyway, yeah, I think that's all I have to share. I don't know if anything else comes to my mind, I will be sure to tell you, but why don't we go ahead and start creating? So we are playing today with the Adventure Together. I actually did check about 3 minutes before I came on live. The Adventure Together bundle is not on the last chance list, so this one is still available. I'm going to take away this banner so you can see my full desktop here. So we are playing with the Adventure Together bundle today. You can see we're using every single stamp. No, your stamp set does not come empty. We're using every stamp in the set. It is a red rubber not photopolymer. That is not the same thing, Melissa. It is a red rubber stamp. Happy Camper is the only stamp you're not going to see me do live tonight. Because we did heat embossing for it and I already pre-heat embossed. Okay. Hi, Jean. And then we've got this super awesome set of dies and we are going to do all the die cutting together. I didn't even do the detailed dies this time. So we are going to do it all together. Okay. All right. So let me show you. These are the 4 cards we're going to make today. Now the first 3 were inspired by Erica Serwin from a class I took back in December, I don't know, something like that. And then this one is fully out of my brain. But Erica's projects I thought were really beautiful. So I was trying to create other ones and I just kept coming back to these and I thought, you know what, we're going to just do them because they're awesome. So these are the cards we're going to make together tonight. I'm going to walk you through them. If you would like these card kits as a free thank you gift from me, if you place an order in my online store through this Friday, April 4th, at 12 p.m., nope, 12 a.m., midnight, Central Time, like at nighttime, not in the afternoon. Brain. Yeah. I will send you these card kits as a thank you from me. If your order needs to be $60 or more before tax and shipping, because you're also going to get a quarter pack of the Everyday Skies DSP, which we use on all 4 of these cards. So the Everyday Skies DSP will not be pre-cut for you. You're going to get that quarter pack to cut with that, okay? And then you are going to get a detailed PDF tutorial as well. So you'll have this video and a PDF. And of course, for my team members, my incredible crafters, you are also going to have the PDF that will be loaded into our Facebook group next week. So, okay. I also wanted to show you this because I got this and I just thought it was pretty. So look at, if you requested an annual catalog from me, I ordered them this morning. So as soon as they come in, I will start getting them shipped right back out. Thanks, Joan. So get excited because it's an epic catalog. You are going to love it. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. Also, I got a paper cut on my middle finger. So that's why I have, it's a Mickey Band-Aid. Can you see that? Okay. So usually when I wear a Band-Aid, somebody says later, they're like, what'd you do? Are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, it's a paper cut. Okay. We've got a Night of Navy card base here. We've got a piece of that beautiful Everyday Skies DSP. Here's the other side there. This paper is really very pretty. I love this pattern like this. Oh man, just makes me think of sunset, right? Like when the clouds turn pink, so pretty. So this is a piece of that Everyday Sky DSP as well. You're going to have an arch die cut from the Everyday Arches dies out of Basic White. Hi, Lori. You're going to have a scrap of Basic White to Stampin' die cut our camper van here. And then you're also going to have a circle die cut from the Spotlight on Nature dies out of Basic White. And I missed one of the little circles in there. Got it. It's somewhere. Okay. Let's start with stamping because that's the best place to start. But we've got a little bit, look at, I built a stack. Oh my gosh, don't fall. No, it's really falling. We've got some stamping to do. I was going to show you this whole thing stacked up and then it was like, no, I'd rather fall. Okay, so we've got these 5 things. We've got 3 ink colors. We're going to pull them all in. So we're going to start with our Tuxedo Black Memento ink. And I'm going to start with our camper here. And ink this up because we're going to color it in with our blends. So we want to get that nice and inked. Okay. And then we're going to pull down that circle and we've got our Let the Adventure Begin sentiment and ink that up and stamp that in the circle. I love circles for sentiments because if you didn't stamp straight, you just turn it and then it's straight. And then finally, we are going to take our arch here and I'm just going to go ahead and add our moon and stars up near the top here. The top right-ish, kind of centered, kind of towards the right, okay? And we can close up our Tuxedo Black Memento. And what we're going to do now, we're going to pull in our messy scrap paper. Oh, thanks, Alicia. Hi, Lene. Don't worry about being late. We're glad you're here. I know, I love the camper too. Okay, so let's do this. We're going to start with Mossy Meadow. And I know this is like a pull out all the stops kind of card, but it's still simple, you know, like it's easy to recreate this. Okay, we are going to grab, this is my blending brush that I use for my greens. Probably not my light greens, like Granny Apple Green and Lemon Lime Twist would have their own, but all the other greens. And we are going to blend on our grass, okay? So you can see how I just kind of started off the edge of the paper a little bit because it gets kind of blobby like. See that? I don't want that in my actual die cut here. Like I don't want that on my card. So I start off the page so that any of those extra little blobs can move on, you know, go elsewhere. Okay, I'm not even going to close this. Do you think that's going to be a bad idea? We'll find out later. We're going to leave that. I'm going to actually flip this all the way around because that Mossy Meadow that I have here, when I did my card for my reel, when I blended on the blue, it pulled in some of the green. So I'm just going to, you know, completely flip that around and we're going to open Azure Afternoon, which is one of the prettiest blues. And we're going to grab, this is my blending brush for my blues, except again, probably not Pool Party and Balmy Blue. And maybe not Boho Blue. I don't know. It depends on what kind of mood I'm in. Boho Blue could go on this one or my lighter blue. But we're going to blend in on the other side here, our sky. Okay, and the nice thing about blending is you get to pick when you're done, right? So you can just keep going and going or just decide when it looks good to you. So I do want to go in a little bit at the sides here. Because by the time when you start up and you pull that color all the way down, sometimes it just kind of, you know, gets lighter and lighter because you've already kind of used up that color. So we've got that. You might have some ink on your fingers and that's all right. Close up our Azure Afternoon. Okay. I think that looks gorgeous. And I did not measure out like where to put those, okay? And then we're going to take here our Mossy Meadow. And you know, it's funny. It's like I have a paper cut and I feel like I can't use that finger. Yes, I can. It's like the Band-Aid being on it makes me go, oh yeah, I can't use it. No, yes, you can. All right, we are going to ink up. These are the tall trees here, and I'm just going to ink these up in Mossy Meadow. We're going to use these several times tonight for several cards. But I just want to fill in a little bit. Now our camper is going to go, you know, pretty centered here. So I do want to have some trees, but you're not necessarily going to be able to see them all. I just want the fullness look of that, okay? All right, so we can go ahead and close that and move that out. How pretty. I just think that looks so pretty. Oh, Joan, you loved my April Fool's Day joke. I'm so glad. Okay, let's color the camper, and then, of course, we'll do some chatting. So we've got Balmy Blue, Granny Apple Green, Melon Mambo, and Smoky Slate, okay? I'm going to actually, usually, you know, I'll start top down, but I'm going to start with Melon Mambo this time. Okay, let's see. I can only see a couple comments here. Oh, Alicia, that's a great idea. This is a scrapbook layout. Oh, wow, Joan, you were on the phone with your brother who's 90. That's awesome. Yeah, don't worry about hanging up because you can always watch the replay of my video. Okay, so for, you know, it's April Fool's Day, so I was a little bit more on the ball. I went out and created that post today. So that was while I was waiting for, there's one process at work that I do that takes about 10 minutes for the actual process to run. And I can't do anything else because I just have to, you know, have my computer free to run the process. And so I did actually go on and made that April Fool's Day post. So if you missed it, I announced a new product that is coming out. It is the ink pad refill mister spritzer, something like that. And I actually, you know, Alicia, I saw your comment too where you thought, wait, you thought it was real and thought, okay, wait, how did I miss this? I actually, you know, when I was thinking about it, I'm like, this would actually be really nice as a product if you could just spray your ink pads and then they just refilled with ink. Although I could imagine you'd spray and then it would go everywhere else, right? That's what I think would happen anyway. Oh, man. All right. We're going to color in this camper. This one is probably the one that's going to take the most time because I use the most colors. But that's okay because sometimes, you know, sometimes it just is what it is. Okay, so we've got that. Let's go. We'll go Balmy Blue. So on our dark Balmy Blue, we're going to do the little, what is it? Awning? Whatever you call it. We're going to do this. And I'm going to do every other little scallop arch here, right? So my Going Places mystery craft box, I'm going to tell you this because hopefully you'll laugh. I forgot to order one thing for the 3D item. And so I had to order that over the weekend and wait for it to come. And thankfully it came today, but I wasn't sure what time it was going to come today because, you know, it of course just was like, will be delivered by end of day. And I'm like, thanks so much. Oh, it is snowing. I don't know. It's kind of snowing here. It looks like rain snow. I don't know. Anyway, so my sweet mom, she was so nice. She took everything to the post office for me today. And then she got home and about 20 minutes later, this one item for the 3D item, the 3D project showed up. So guess what? We got to package those up and go right back to the post office. Anyway, but she was so nice. She was like, I'll run these to the post office because, you know, if it came super late, okay, I'm using Granny Apple Green now on the grass in the window. If it came super late, I would just mail tomorrow. And, of course, it showed up right after she left, but that's all right. She's the best. She also got me tulips. Yesterday was my 9th Stampiversary. And so she and my dad got me tulips to celebrate, and that was really nice. And they're very pretty, especially because, like Lori said, it's snowing. All right, so we're coloring in the door here with our dark Smoky Slate. I thought about doing this ahead of time so you didn't have to watch me color, and then I was like, nah. I think secretly you all like watching me color, right? I don't know. I like watching other people color, so. All right, so we're doing the tires, the wheels here. Okay, and then we're just gonna do a little bit on the top, like some scribbly lines, so that we can come in with our light smoky slate and color in here. Okay. And then we're going to do this little headlight and the tail light and the stairs and the inside of the tires. Beautiful. We're done. Your tulips are coming up. That's so exciting. Okay. You said both coloring and watching coloring are relaxing. Tulips are your favorite. What color tulips? They are pink. Isn't that funny? Yeah, Minnesota knows it's April Fool's Day. I'm just catching up on a couple of comments here. They're pink, and they're like this color pink in that cloud right there. So they're like a, maybe not quite this bright, but kind of like a flirty indigo pink. They're pretty. Thanks for sharing, Debbie. Okay, so let's grab some Post-it note tape here. We are going to die cut out this cute camper. And okay, and I have to tell you too, because we're just having fun today. We're having some squirrel moments. We're being a little chatty. So for this cruise, I am like kind of struggling a little bit because we talked about doing like, well, okay, some of it I'm like, am I supposed to say this or am I supposed to keep it a surprise? I don't know. Just don't tell. We're talking about doing quite a few pillow gifts. Maybe that's what I'll say. So we're each responsible for a certain number. Okay. So that's where I'm not going to give too many details. Look at that. Post-it note tape is stuck on me. Oh my gosh. Come on, buddy. Go in the trash. There you go. Anyway, so I'm really struggling because I already have like 14 ideas and I can't, I'm responsible for way less than that. So yeah, you know how it goes. Okay, so we are adding seal. We are now out of seal, which I knew was going to happen. So I came prepared, ready to go with my seal refill here. And boom, boom. Okay, we are adhering this DSP, the larger piece of DSP, to the background. Yes, technically, to the card front. I'm going to fold and burnish this with my bone folder. And then I'm going to take our strip here of DSP. I just love these pink and purple clouds. I think it's gorgeous. And we're going to lay this down. Now, I just turned my card to the side a little bit so I could get this aligned a little better. And I'm leaving about maybe a 1/4 inch there on the side from the edge. My secrets are safe with you. Good. We are going to add some dimensionals then to the back of our arch. And yeah, it's like one of those things I'm like, I don't even have to start thinking about pillow gifts for like another year, but I already have them all figured out. Like I know exactly what I want to do. I could easily come up with probably like 3 a day. I'm so excited. Okay, so we've got some dimensionals added there. We're going to stick this on the center-ish of our card right there. And then I'm going to, let's add our camper first. I smudged my sentiment. Oh, well. It's handmade, right? So nobody's going to care. They're not going to look at the card and go, oh my gosh, the sentiment's smudged. No, they're going to go, wow, that's beautiful. And then I'm going to be like, yes, thank you. Okay, let's add this guy to the arch. Is my arch on crooked? No, I think it's just me. Okay, so on this bottom part here where I'm going to hold my fingers, so right here, I only want 1 dimensional. Actually, we're going to use minis because why not? Okay, where was that? Right here. I'm going to add 1 dimensional there. And then across from it, I'm going to add 2 double stacked, okay? Because we want this to go up on level 2. And our arch is already on level 1. So whatever's going to overlap with the arch needs to go just one, right? Okay, so we've got that. And then we're going to grab our balmy blue twine and we're going to tie a bow. I love twine. I am just a sucker for it. Okay, and then we can just snip off the edge here. And then I'm going to grab my glue dots and stick the knot on a dot. Oops, hold on. I got a slightly less sticky than normal batch of glue dots, but I'm determined to use them anyway because they're still sticky. They're just not as sticky. So I got to use my scissors to pick them up. Hi, Jana. How are you? Okay, so we've got that added. Now we just have to finish off with our embellishments, and these are the Regal foiled dots, and I loved these because we've got this, like, I think it's supposed to be Misty Moonlight, but this blue color, and it's got these gold glitter flecks in them. Oh, it's so pretty, and all of these dots are the same size. So we're just going to add a couple on, and that is our first card. What do you think of that? Isn't it so cute? I do think this would be cute as a scrapbook layout. And Alicia, I know you've been working on some scrapbooking, so I'm excited to see what you come up with. And then I'll case it. You case me and I'll case you, okay? Okay. All right, so this is our second card. So the only thing I did ahead of time is all of the heat embossing. So on this card and our next one, I did some heat embossing ahead of time, just to save a bit of time there. But everything else we're going to do together. So for this one, we've got a Night of Navy card base. We've got a piece of that beautiful Everyday Skies DSP. I actually really like this side too. It's like a Misty Moonlight with a Night of Navy stripe. Oh, it's very pretty. We have got a Night of Navy layer. We've got a Misty Moonlight die cut. This is die cut from the Perennial Postage dies. And then you will heat emboss your stars and moon and happy campers on there. So I did that with white embossing powder. You'll have a scrap of basic white and a scrap of Mossy Meadow for some stamping. So let's go ahead and start with stamping. We're going to grab that Mossy Meadow ink pad first. And we're going to stamp our trees from our first card. Same color, so we don't have to clean them. And we're going to stamp one big and one little on that Mossy Meadow piece, okay? All right, close that guy up. And then we're going to grab our Tuxedo Black Memento ink. And we've got a cute little chair and a campfire. Now, if you were actually out camping, I would encourage you to not sit by the campfire alone, because otherwise you never know what could, come and get you. No, just kidding. I just, it's a little April Fool's humor. All right, Mossy Meadow. Nope, that's Melon Mambo, Smoky Slate, and Daffodil Delight are, this is all just me being funny because of April Fool's Day. It's definitely not anything else. Okay, so we are going to color in our chair. So I've just got my dark Melon Mambo, and I just added a little bit on that left-hand side of the chair. Don't ask me why I stamped one upside down, one of these images, because I don't know. Anyway, just to mix things up. Keep you on your toes, Okay, so we're going to color in the rest with our light Melon Mambo. And there we go. So that's pretty easy for the chair. Then we're going to color in this campfire, okay? So I'm going to start with my Smoky Slate. And there's these little ridges on the campfire base. So we're going to do that, and then just a little bit around the top. And color in the rest here with our light Smoky Slate. And I love blends, right? Because you can blend in those colors together, so you really get that dark, like, shadowing in certain spots. But also, sometimes your colors are a little bit more different, like our Daffodil Delight. This one makes you think of Halloween. Ooh, spooky. Oh, hi, Mario. I know, I love this DSP too. Okay, so what we're going to do is the Daffodil Delight markers are kind of a little bit different. So you know how, like, your flame looks darker in the middle? So that's kind of what I did here, and I'll pick it up, but I don't have my autofocus on, so hopefully you can see that. So it's a little bit darker. So I am going to go in with my light Daffodil Delight, and while I'm still coloring in a circle, right, to blend those colors together, the center of our flame is going to stay a little bit darker. So it almost looks like there's an orange. And if you wanted to take an orange, you could pull in like a stripe of it right in the center. That would look really pretty, but it would give that illusion too of the fire, a more realistic fire. But anyway, all right, so let's go ahead. We are going to die cut out our images. So I'm just lining up those dies and adding my Post-it note tape. And the trees are a little bit harder to line up. So I pretty much just base them off the top, and then I look at a couple of the branches. Okay, more tape. And then we'll rip that in half. Okay, and then we're going to do our campfire and our chair. So go ahead and set that down. And grab this one. Okay, while we die cut and stuff, does anybody have any funny, like, April Fool's Day tricks? Did you play any on anybody this year? I did not, other than my Facebook post about the new product. That should actually be a new product. And I will say, like, years ago, I put googly eyes, because of course we're crafters. We have googly eyes, right? I put googly eyes on my dad's water bottle, and they stayed there for a long time. It was funny. So, like, not like a prank, but it was funny, and we called it his eyeball water, which sounds kind of gross, but you know, it's because it had googly eyes on it. All right, so I'm just pulling out those pieces of the chair that cut out. I know you can't see that. We'll grab our trees. Beautiful. And one more. All right. There we go. So fun. I love those. And, you know, we're not using every die today, but we use almost every die. We're just not going to use the detailed tires or the detailed doors, but I think, oh, and we don't use the rectangle either, but we use every other die, so that's pretty good. Okay, so let's go ahead and we will adhere this. Oh, geez. Lene, her granddaughter texted her that she broke her arm at school today and then FaceTimed her with a wrap around. Oh my gosh. She actually, like, committed to it. She FaceTimed you, like, look, here is my sling. Like, wow, that's a good one. Oh, that is funny. All right, so we're going to adhere that, fold and burnish our card. I would fall for that too. If my nephew called me and said he broke something, actually, you know what? My nephew is more active and will jump off of things and things like that. But if he called me and told me he broke something, I don't think I would believe him. But if his sister did, who's much more cautious, if she called and said that, I'd probably believe her. I'd probably be like, oh my gosh, what are you talking about? Anyway, Janine, the video isn't working. Try, if you can hear this, try to refresh and then come back in. Okay. All right, so we're adding some dimensionals here and peeling off those backings. Don't forget to cut around the side of your dimensionals. If you run out of the traditional shape, the hexagons, you can cut around and still have some awesome dimensionals to use, okay? All right, so we're going to attach that there. Grab our trees. And if you are not familiar with heat embossing, I have done videos on it before. So make sure you go check those out. I did do one back in either November or December with using multiple colors of embossing powder. And that one I covered heat embossing pretty well. So go make sure you check that out, okay? All right, so we're going to add some seal to the back of our campfire. We're going to add a mini dimensional to the back of our chair here. And then because it is a mini dimensional, I'm going to stick this chair down. And it'll be real easy then to just sneak this campfire in behind because it won't conflict with any dimensionals. Just like that. Super cute. All right. Let's grab this navy and gold glittered ribbon. And with this one, I've found it's a little bit stiffer kind of. So you kind of want to leave a longer tail that you can trim down later. And I give myself bigger loops here. All right, and this glitter, while it does a really great job of staying on the ribbon, sometimes it likes, see, there we go. Sometimes it likes to come off. So you might end up with some glitter on your workspace, just so you know. Ask me how I know, right? Okay, so there we go. And see, when I pulled that, I saw some glitter go flying. Okay. And then that looks pretty good to me. Actually, that's one of my favorite bows I've tied with this ribbon. We are just going to trim off the excess from the tails here. Get that going the right way, like so. And then to get rid of your excess glitter that's everywhere, this is what you do. You go, oh, that didn't even work. I was trying to be funny and it didn't even work. What the heck? All right, stick the knot on a dot here, and I'm going to use my snips to pick that up. And then we're just going to go ahead and put that on the side of the card. I thought that looked really pretty too with the, it's almost like, you know, the night sky with some stars. I thought that was gorgeous. Okay, and then we're going to finish this one off with some iridescent pearls. So we're going to grab one big right there and one little. Now you could also use the same embellishments that we used for the first card because they are really pretty and I do think it looks like stars. But I wanted to give you a little bit of variety. So there you go. There is our second card. Isn't that one fun too? All right, let me take a quick drink here. And then we'll go to card number 3. Now this one, I think the first card is my favorite, but this one I really, really like. And I think it's because I'm really into photography. And so I just think it looks like a Polaroid and I think it's cute. So, all right, let's take a look here. We've got an Azure Afternoon card base. We've got a piece of that beautiful blue cloudy sky. Summer, come on, summer. We're channeling it here. There's the other side there. So this is the Everyday Skies DSP. We've got a basic white frame, so I will have this cut for you. So you don't have to worry about cutting that out, but we're going to have that frame. You're going to have a scrap of Mossy Meadow to stamp and die cut. You're going to also have a scrap of Blueberry Bushel to stamp and die cut. So you can see I did go ahead and heat emboss already, but we're going to die cut together, okay? But let's start with stamping. So again, we're going to pull out that Mossy Meadow. I told you I don't know, these pine trees, big fan. So we're going to stamp a big and a small pine tree here in Mossy Meadow ink on Mossy Meadow cardstock. So we've got some tone on tone there. And close that guy up, and then we can go ahead and grab our Post-it note tape and our dies and get this all lined up. Now the label that I used for our sentiment is actually also in this die set, which I think is really cool. There's 2 of them. There is a rectangle, which I did not use for this for these projects, but there is a rectangle, and then there's also this fun like other shape. Why can't I think of what shape that is? Somebody else who likes math, help me out. What shape is this? Why can't I think of it? It's like a trapezoid, but not. It's not a trapezoid. Anyway, we're gonna line this up. It's basically like, I don't know, a banner. There, we'll just say a banner. But my brain's not braining. Jennifer, go ahead and can I send you the link for the cruise? You sent me an email. Okay, so so you sent me an email. When did you send me the email? Was it just like this afternoon? Because then I didn't see it. But I will send you an email. Otherwise, I was going to say, yeah, it is a hexagon. Thanks, Christine. Yeah, my brain wasn't braining. Otherwise, yes, Jennifer, I will send you a link for the cruise. So let me pull off the tape there. And we've got our beautiful sentiment. How cute is that? But if you sent me an email like a few days ago and I haven't responded, I did not get your email. So just so you know. Oh, just now. Okay, great. I was going to say, sometimes I get nervous because people will spell my name wrong and then I don't get their email and then I feel bad because they're like, you never answered. And I'm like, well, I didn't get it. So I wanted to make sure. But yes, I will get you that link. Okay, so we've got all of these pieces die cut here. Let's go ahead and assemble. We're going to start with that DSP and grab our seal and add some adhesive to the back and then add this to the card front. And fold and burnish our card. I love the paper too because I know that's the front of my card here because the clouds are at the bottom. All right, we are going to add some dimensionals then to the back of our Polaroid picture frame. And we're going to go, I kind of want to add not like an overabundance, but you know, with those strips there, I just want to make sure nothing like sags and, you know, anyway, I'm gonna make sure nothing sags. Okay. Oh my gosh, words are hard today. We are going to peel off all the backings. and add this to the card front. And I am going to angle mine just slightly. If you want to put yours straight on, you can. Okay, and then I'm going to take my trees and add some seal on the back. And add these both. Now this guy is going to be pretty much fully supported here by our frame. This shorter one is not, right? It's kind of floating in midair. So what I'm going to do is grab a dimensional, or in this case a mini. I'm sticking that on the edge of my snips. Maybe in a little bit. There we go. And I'm going to peel off that backing so it's fully sticky on both sides, right? And I'm just going to use, you can see how it wiggles, right? Because it's attached only at the bottom. And I hadn't pushed it down. So I'm going to just sneak that under there, stick that dimensional down, and now it's stuck. Okay. All right. So then we can take our sentiment and add some dimensional. Actually, we probably only need one dimensional on the back there. Okay. And then we're going to layer this right about here. So cute. Okay. All right. Then I've got this guy here. So this is from the Baker's Twine Essentials Pack. This is the crumb cake twine. And you might just want to run it under your fingers a little bit. You can tell this bow I had a heck of a time with. I did not uncurl it before I tied it. And you can tell, right? So you just want to make sure you uncurl the twine as much as you can. Otherwise, it's going to twisty all up on you. Okay. All right. This one's even twisting a little bit, but it's okay. We'll live with it. All right. So then we're going to stick the knot on the dot. Grab my snips here to just pick that up. And then I'm going to stick this guy down right here. You can just see this twine in particular really likes to curl like that. Okay, that looks good to me. You can just kind of fiddle with it and get it to go where you want it to go. And then it'll just go right back where it wants to go. All right, we are going to add these textured dots here. So I'm going to add one big right there and one little right next to it. And that is our third card. What do you think of this one? I love this card. I think it is so cute and super easy to put together. You can see here how on you're going to cut down your paper, and it's 6x6 DSP, right? And so you can see how on this one I took one side, and this one I favored the other side a little bit more. So you can see that difference there depending on what side you pick, right? All right, so there's that one. Let's go on to our fourth and final card. This one is beautiful. I love the colors in this paper here, and so we really just pulled them out and play with them with our accents as well. So let's take a look-see-poo here. We are using a thick basic white card base. We've got a piece of that beautiful paper. It's just so pretty. There's the other side there. Again, that side would work really well for this card if you wanted to switch that out. Here is a square die cut from the Stylish Shapes dies in basic white. Now, a little insider information. It's the square right here. So we are repurposing it for this fourth card. You've got a scrap piece of basic white to stamp and die cut that camper. We've got a strip, a 1/2 inch strip here of Calypso Coral. We've got a strip of Mossy Meadow for die cutting, and we've got a strip of Peach Pie for die cutting. Hi, Laura. So we are going to go ahead. We've got lots of things to do here. So we are going to start. I am going to bring in my messy scrap paper just in case. We're going to start with that Stylish Shape square first. Mossy Meadow, and I'm telling you, we're using these on all of the cards because I love them. And we are going to stamp down just a couple of trees. Now, I did know I was going to go off the edge just a smidge there, so that's why I wanted to pull in that messy scrap paper. And I am going to even do some with my shorter tree, but you do want these to be a little bit taller because that camper is going to hide. And you know what? Even that one might be fully hidden by the camper, but I really just want to fill it in a little bit. And because I'm not entirely sure what's all going to be hidden, we just, go for it. So there's that guy. And for this card, I did not add a sentiment to the outside because I really thought you could use this for any occasion. So it could be like a good luck card, a farewell card, a birthday card, right? A lot of fun ways to use this. So, all right, we are stamping that camper in Tuxedo Black Memento ink. And I dipped my finger into an inked stamp, so don't mind me. Just cleaning it off a little bit. All right, we are going to color in our camper, and then we're going to get to all the die cutting. So let's color in with Balmy Blue. Granny Apple Green, and last but not least, Smoky Slate. So we're going to keep this camper tinny, right? We're going to color it in gray. Oh, I love it. A locust poo, Lisa. I love it. Okay. Yes. All right. So let's go ahead. We're going to color in our camper. And I'm just doing a little bit of the dark Smoky Slate all around. We're going to do up here. And I'm going to color in the whole camper, but we're going to come back to that dark Smoky Slate. So you can see there's just a lot of different ways to do it. And then if you didn't want to color in your tires or your door, there is a die in the set for both that will do a detailed door and detailed tires for you. So you could swap those in as well. But you know, I love coloring. So I thought I was just going to go ahead and color. It's just one of those things, it really is relaxing for me. And after the, just like the busyness my brain has been through these last few weeks, like this is just what I need just to color. All right, so we're going to come up here and then color the roof. Has anybody been in like recently done like an RV trip or anything? I have never in my life, but I feel like it would be so fun. All right, so there's that guy. Actually, let's go ahead. We're going to color in the center of these tires as well. So there's 3 rings. The outer one we're going to do in the dark Smoky Slate. The middle one we're not going to color. And then that inner one we did with the light Smoky Slate. So I'm going to bring that dark back in to do the outer rim. This summer, my mom and I went to St. George, Utah. And if you've ever been, you may know that they do have an airport, but it's incredibly expensive to fly into because it's a small town. Smallish town anyway. Small airport for sure. So we actually flew into Las Vegas and got a rental car and drove to Utah, but it's about a 2-hour drive from Las Vegas. But we decided, you know, we're going to take the scenic route. We're here, you know. We never ever, I think that was only the second time in my life I've ever had a rental car on vacation. So we were like, you know what, this is what we're doing. So we took it. We went to the Hoover Dam. And this was all like, you know, got to the airport, went and got our rental car. I am coloring in the door now with Balmy Blue. But we went into the Hoover Dam and then we drove up like the Lake Mead area. Like a back road almost. It was gorgeous. Luckily nothing happened because absolutely no cell phone reception. I couldn't make any calls. My sister did call me and I was able to accept it and talk to her for a little while until the call dropped, but I was unable to make any calls. Luckily, because we loaded up like the directions before we lost service, they worked. We just couldn't shut them off and restart them. But anyway, we drove up like the back area and went to the Valley of Fire State Park in Nevada, and that was really cool. That was gorgeous. All right, I'm using dark Balmy Blue on our flower box here, or a grass box. There's no flowers growing out of it, so you know. Anyway, it was just absolutely stunning. And then of course St. George was really fun. And you know, I know a lot of you have probably been to the desert, but for somebody like me, I had been to Vegas once and never another time. I had never been to the desert. So that was like absolutely stunning, seeing like the canyons for the first time. And we went to Zion and all that stuff. It was just absolutely gorgeous. And then, you know, of course, there were so many people in RVs. And I was like, that would be epic. I would love to just like, you know, rent an RV or something, get an RV for like a month and just go drive around. That would be super fun. So anyway, hope you enjoyed my little story there. Hi, Anne. Okay, so let's see. Oh, you're just getting here. That's all right. Lots of camping in your RV in Washington. Yeah, that would be really fun too. Oh no, coloring is stressful for you. Okay, then don't. Oh, that's a great idea. Alicia said this could work as a retirement card. You know, fussy cutting is stressful for me, so you could skip. You could fussy cut instead. Lisa said she was thinking of selling her house and downsizing to buy an RV and traveling. But being by yourself scares you. Yeah, but I feel like people would be friendly, hopefully, right? But I totally get it. There's a fear like you just want somebody else there. Oh, good. And Deborah had some advice for you too. That's awesome. Okay, so let's go ahead. We are going to die cut. We could chat all day. I know we could. And then we've got this fun grass die cut. So we're going to do that with the Mossy Meadow. And then this fun like tire track die. And we're going to do that out of peach pie. Tire track die out of peach pie. Okay, so I'm going to scooch that. Set this down here. I'm not going to tape the other two. I'm just going to show you here. So what I'm going to do, stick down that Mossy Meadow, and we are going to trim the ends of this off anyway. So I'm not going to be too concerned, right? The die is shorter than the paper here. And then on the peach pie, one of these sides, I'm just going to go ahead and pull this die down. You can see there's about an equal margin on that top and bottom. There's lots left over to the left, but that's okay because again, we're going to cut that down. And I am just going to feed this through, and I am holding it because I don't want it to move. I could have taped it, but I didn't. Marva, I do too. I have a fear of traveling. I have a fear of traveling alone too. That's why my mom is my travel buddy. I'll say, guess what? We're going here. And she'll say, oh, okay. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to grab our die cut pieces. Now, I did not add my dryer sheet under my tire track, so we're going to have a mess, but that's for future Melissa to clean up. So, okay, so here we go. How fun is that? See, look how messy that is. If I had used the dryer sheet, we wouldn't have had to worry about it. But like I said, future Melissa can worry about that. Let's just leave the mess. Oh man. All right. And then we're going to pull this guy off. Now this is not going to be fully cut out because that grass die only does the top edge. Okay. So I'm going to scooch this down. And let's go ahead and I'm going to cut things as we need them, but let's go ahead and just start assembling. So we're going to start with our DSP, add some seal, and because it does cover the whole card front, I am adding seal on all four sides here. And this one is not super directional, so you could put this DSP either way. Okay, and then we can fold and burnish. All right, so then what we're going to do is we're going to eyeball our Calypso coral piece here. And this is super scientific, you guys. Chop that off. Sometimes you just need to like have, it's like a junk journal-y kind of card, right? You just need to have fun with it. All right, so we are going to stick this down. I'm leaving about an eighth-ish of an inch on the side here. There's a little bit more of a gap to the right. That is intentional. Okay, this one, I actually am going to use my trimmer because this is more than a ½ inch, and so that scares me. I'm just going to chop this straight like that, and then I'm going to cut in the middle like this. Okay, so it's going to actually extend our piece, and that back side, oh, I love it, Alicia. The back side or the middle here, right, is going to get covered, so it doesn't matter that we have that gap there, but I am going to use my liquid glue for this. So Grand Marais is a cute little town here in Minnesota. It's up on our northern shore, kind of by Canada, and it is absolutely gorgeous there. So Alicia said she traveled there alone. It is totally like a small town. You could go there alone and be like, you'd probably meet a lot of other people who are also there alone. All right, so I added the longer strip on that left-hand side because there's going to be more shown there, and then we're going to add the smaller piece. I don't want to get my finger all gluey. I'm going to pull this over. So I'm just eyeballing to see if that's kind of straight across. And then this one, you can see how I offset this, right? So on the left-hand side, we've got Calypso coral sticking out more than peach pie. It's the opposite on the right-hand side. I've got the peach pie sticking out more than the Calypso coral, okay? All right, so then what we're going to do is, this is close to the edge, so I'm just going to rip that. We're going to just cut a slight angle down here just to free our grass. And I'm just going to, you know, eyeball that and cut an angle off the other edge. Okay. And then we can add some seal to the back of our grass. That was crooked seal. So we're just going to, you know, do that. Words are hard. Okay. And then I'm just lining that up on the bottom of our stylish shaped square there and having the ends extend off slightly. Now, if you don't like the look of the ends extending off, just flip it over and cut off your excess, okay? All right, so I know I'm going a little bit late tonight. Thanks for sticking in there with me. Okay, so we are going to add some seal. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this is not seal. These are called dimensionals, Melissa. We're going to do that, and then I put those down on my card. You know, I always like to make sure that I have extra stuff holding things down. So I added those dimensionals to those peach pie pieces. They're also touching that DSP, just for a little bit of added security there, that those peach pie pieces won't go anywhere. Okay. And I'm out of my full-size dimensional, so we are switching to our minis. I do have more. I have another pack, but it's not opened. So we're going to switch to our minis. Okay, and we're just going to add this. Now you can choose, pull it, you know, whichever way you want to. Just make sure that those dimensionals are covered so you don't have any exposed adhesive. And we're going to take our cute little camper van and add some dimensionals here, or minis. Okay, and peel off the backings. And then we are going to add this right here. So you can see what I mean. Some of the trees get covered, but I still think it looks fun. And then we're going to take our linen thread. Now, linen thread, you can uncurl pretty easy. It's pretty receptible to that. Is that the word I was looking for? I don't know. It's okay with it. We're going to tie a bow here. And I love linen thread. This is like the thing where if you don't have like a stockpile of it, like, I don't know, if I ever ran out of linen thread, which has happened before, I do think I would actually cry. And it takes a lot for me to cry, but linen thread, like if I needed it and I didn't have it, it's like dimensionals or seal for me. Like, that would be really sad. Okay, so let's go ahead. We are sticking that down on our card front. There's a little bit exposed there, so I'm just going to pinch it in. Just used my thumbnail to pinch that in a little bit. And then we're going to pull in our iridescent pearls. And we're going to grab one big right there. Now, this pack of pearls gives you more littles than bigs. So we're going to just do straight line across. And that is our fourth and final card. What do you think of that one? I love it. I know the grass and tire track dies are fun. So I designed the first three cards we did. I made these first. And then I was like, oh my gosh, we never touched those dies and they're so fun. So we had to use them. So, all right. So these are the 4 cards we made together tonight. I hope you enjoyed them. I hope you enjoyed the chattiness tonight. And you know, it's all good. I just love getting to come and craft and hang out with you. So thanks for letting me, and thanks for being here. Oh, thanks, Joan. Joan thinks I'm pretty funny. Thanks so much for joining me. As a reminder, if you would like these card kits sent to you as a free thank you gift from me, all you have to do is place a $60 order before tax and shipping amounts in my online store. So go to shop.stampwithmelissa.com, 1L, 2 S's in my name, or click the link directly in the description of this video, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. Your order needs to be in by this Friday, end of day, April 4th, so midnight Central Time. Look, I said midnight that time. Earlier, I said noon. Not noon, midnight. And I will get these all shipped out to you next week. So I'll also include it, which I don't have. Well, actually, let me pull my pack here. Last time I was so well prepared, but you can see this beautiful pack here of Everyday Skies DSP. You are going to get a quarter pack, which means you're going to get 1 sheet of each pattern. Okay, and you can tell mine is well loved already. And so you are going to get a quarter pack of that as well. So your DSP in your kits will not be cut for you because you'll go ahead and do that, which is awesome because then you can mix and match as well. So what else? Don't forget the cruise Q&A is tomorrow night. If you need that registration, let me know. It's free to come. It is just to have us, you know, answer any questions you have. When you do register for that Zoom Q&A, you are able to pre-submit questions. We have already been working on compiling answers to those, getting answers where we needed to get answers, and doing all of that. If you think of any questions that you didn't get on that registration form, go ahead and email me. I will add them to our list if they're not already there. Otherwise, we are hoping to have an open Q&A. If time allows, we will just open the floor so you can ask any additional questions during the Zoom Q&A. Obviously, if you're not able to make it live and you're just watching the replay, the recording of it, you are not going to be able to openly ask your questions. So make sure you get emailed anything that you want to ask. Okay. All right. I think that's all. Just a reminder then, next week, April 8th, I will be live, usual time, but we are not going to do a traditional class to go. Next week, I didn't even tell you what it is. If you get my newsletter, you got my calendar though. So I teamed up with my friend Heidi Collins on we're calling it a flash class. It's like 5 words. Class, friendship class fast in a flash. I don't remember the words. It's a flash class, so it will be available for registration for 1 week. You'll get to make 10 cards with it. It is incredible. I will show you all 10 of the cards next Tuesday. I am also going to make a bonus 11th and possibly a 12th card for you, so those aren't ones included in the class, but just to give you a little taste of what it will be like, and just so you know what to expect. So registration for that will open on Saturday, so just so you know, okay? And then don't forget, Last Chance List went live today. I need to go check that out myself because Cassie alluded to the ducks, and I gotta go see. So anyway, so check that out. That is just basically we're making way in the warehouse for all the new stuff that's coming out with the annual catalog and the online exclusives that launch in May. So anyway, all right. So thanks so much for joining me. I hope you have a great rest of your night. If you haven't played any pranks on anybody yet, make sure you go do that because that would be funny. Just like take your dimensional backings and sprinkle them throughout the house or something. You know, it's like confetti. All right. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you next time, or I'll see you tomorrow if you are on the Q&A. Bye for now.